So, I'm doing a video today about how I'm about to get a tongue piercing. So, in the past couple of weeks, I've been able to convince my parents to let me get my tongue pierced, which, yay! Okay, awesome. And I guess I'll tell you the way I convinced them. My mom isn't big on piercings, but she has some of her own. Like, she has her ears done all up and down. She has about 11 piercings in all in her ears, but she doesn't have anything anywhere else. So she's like, whatever. Um, but, so she's a little bit more open-minded. My father, on the other hand, he doesn't like them. He thinks they're ugly, gross, whatever. Like, he hates these, like, that I have gauges. He hates that. Well, not gauges, I'm sorry. And it's late. It's almost 12 o'clock. I have my ears stitched. He hates it. So I had written what was it? I had done a 9-page packet, which was about this big. I mean, it's pretty big, but whatever. On information from different websites, and other things. I have it, actually. So I have this, and this is just a letter I wrote to my father. Then, well, keep it clipped and everything all beautiful. It just has different websites, different information. It's just all it is. And I know that my mom knew that this is a piercing I've wanted for a while, but and so she kind of just gave in after a while, but I had to give it to my father, so I figured what better way than give him all the information that I know that I could find, that I know, and give it to him, and then write him a letter explaining why I wanted it. I will read you guys the letter, just so, like, if there's somebody out there, like one of you guys trying to convince your parents to let you get a piercing, maybe you can do some of the things I used. But this is directed towards a tongue piercing. So I put, "Hello, Dad. By now you're looking at me with a stack of papers thinking, oh God, what now? Before you look at any of the papers, I would like you to listen to me, please. Well, what I want is simple, easy, accepted, and easy to hide or get rid of if I decide I don't want it anymore. I'm talking about a tongue piercing. Before you look up at me and say, oh hell no, keep reading. I would like you to understand that I have done lots of research to make sure this is something I would really want. The stack of papers is just a few websites I looked at that had good information that was sensible and understandable. A tongue piercing will leave no scar, and if it does, it is only, I totally lost that, I'm so tired. It is only on my tongue. Who's going to notice it other than my dentist, and I don't think they are really going to care about a little scar. It heals better than any other piercing due to the good bacteria in your mouth, so it's very rare for someone to get it infected. That's why you never really hear about people having an infected cut in their mouth. A tongue piercing comes with a lot of stigmas that are simply not true. If they are, they are very rare. The first one that comes to everyone's mind is the chipped teeth or receding gum line. Yes, this is possible, but only if the piercing is not done correctly. 90-97% of people that say that they have had 90 to 97% of people say that they have never had a problem with chipped teeth or receding gum lines. The next is less common, that is less common is that you can be paralyzed at the hit a vein in your tongue. No, this is 100% not true. If they do hit a vein in their tongue, there's no risk of being paralyzed. The worst is abnormal bleeding. One that I know my mother has heard is that you have a lisp for the rest of your life with the barbell in. No, people people only have lisps. I can't even say lisps. Lisps when the procedure is first done due to having an odd object in your mouth and a swollen tongue. Everything you will read in these papers, I know and have read them each at least 2 to 3 times to make sure that I understood the information correctly. Thank you for making a decision. Read all the information carefully and take in everything these people have to say from experience and research. If that was not difficult enough to read. I guess whichever parent, or if you're trying to convince both parents, you need to make sure that you understand what their reaction is most likely going to be. My father didn't even look at any of these. Didn't even bother. He read halfway through this and said, okay. Not even, I think he read the whole thing, but he said, okay. I was absolutely shocked. I was ready to put up an argument, but, yeah. But that's how I convinced them. Oh my god, my mom just kind of gave up. What am I gonna do about that? I'm like, yay. What I'm saying is, right, you probably will have a scar on your tongue if you ever said that you didn't want it anymore, but who's gonna notice? Okay, you're really gonna have someone inspect your tongue. Okay, your dentist. I really doubt they're gonna care. You might get a little bit of a hard time from them from having a tongue piercing because it'll chip your teeth or recede your gum line, but the only reason it would, the receding gum line is probably not, it's most likely not going to happen. Like, there is that small chance, but most likely it's not going to happen. But with the chipped teeth, that's if it's up front more, not in the middle towards the back. Because you think of it, you're hitting the top front of your tongue against your teeth when you talk. Like, even saying teeth, like, you would hit it, but you're not really going to say anything that's going to hit right there. Now, there are people that say, oh, that you're going to chew on it or whatever. Yeah, you can chew on it, and especially with that long bar, and when you first get a pierce because of the swelling. Like, you're going to sit there and you're going to be like, oh, hey, what's up? Ouch. Like, and that could chip your teeth, but that's when you're just careful about what you do and, like, when you eat stuff. And another way to prevent that is having acrylic balls and having acrylic balls and having a metal bar, but you can't have acrylic balls until, I'm not going to change mine to acrylic balls until at least 6 months after I had the piercing. Just make sure it's completely healed. Like, people are like, oh, it healed in like 2 weeks, 2 months, whatever. No, I'm waiting 6 months. But yeah, and I'll change it out I'll change the bar out within a month or 2, but I'm not going to put the acrylic balls on because the acrylic, like, attracts more bacteria, whether it's good or bad, whatever. But yeah, and the fact of it is if you have the vein in your tongue, you just can't get your tongue pierced. Well, you can, but they have to do it crooked, which isn't that big of a deal, but other people are like, oh my gosh. But luckily, you can't see it, but my veins from right there, I don't have any down the middle, but I am slightly, tongue-tied, which means my webbing comes up farther than other people's, but it's not so bad that I can't get my tongue pierced. My brother-in-law is doing it for me because he is a professional piercer, so like I'm happy because I don't have to pay anything for it. But he's like, oh, you have the perfect tongue because I can pierce it straight down the middle. And I was like, oh great, yes, I have a straight tongue piercings. He's mainly had to do like crooked ones, and like when he didn't have to do a crooked one, he was like the happiest person on this earth. I remember that from being in, yeah. But my tongue, like if your tongue is really short, like they're gonna have a hard time doing it. But mine is, my tongue is pretty short, but it's just, I mean, it's long enough that they can do it. So I'm like, another thing is you won't be able to eat any really solid food for at least the first 3 days. Like, well, you can, but it's gonna irritate it. It's not gonna feel good, and like it's already gonna feel horrible. But so I'm just gonna eat. I can't eat soup, so I'm probably just gonna be eating macaroni and cheese, and well, probably not macaroni and cheese since it has dairy in it. I'll figure something out. Other foods to watch out for are dairy, because you can get a yeast infection in your mouth and the new wound, which is not fun. You'll have to take it out, and then you'll have to get antibiotics. And yeah, spaghetti or long noodles, because it will get wrapped around the bar, and from what I hear, that is not fun. Avoid salty foods, because even though salt is good for you, it might be the wrong kind, because you should be using sea salt, and most places don't use sea salt, and most potato chips don't use sea salt. They use the processed, unnatural salt. I'd avoid that for the first 3 days if you can, and then you can start like gradually getting into like your normal diet. Like just start off with the softer stuff, and then just like work your way up. After about the week and a half, 2 weeks, you'll be fine. You'll be eating potato chips and stuff like that. Luckily, I'm not a junk food junkie, because I am currently not a bodybuilder, but I do I'm like working on my figure. You know what I mean? So I'm like I'm working on like gaining muscle tone, so I don't eat that type of stuff. I think you're gonna get it done, and I've only heard one person say it, and it makes so much sense. And I don't know why people's piercers wouldn't tell, like the piercer wouldn't tell the people this, but you get it pierced, okay, awesome. You just got it pierced. Don't stick out your tongue for about a week or two. So now, look what I got. Hey, okay, no. If someone asks, because what it does is it strains the muscle underneath your tongue, so it swells even more. And the last thing you want is for it to be even more swollen than it already will. And I've heard that on one, and it makes so much sense when you think about it. But you're gonna want a lot of ibuprofen. I prefer ibuprofen, not Tylenol, because I have Tylenol, and it's not like enough as it is, because I have chronic headaches. But so I would suggest Tylenol, not Tylenol, ibuprofen, to take it like the recommended time. Stuck on ice, not like stuck on crushed ice. Ices, freeze pops, popsicles, anything cold. Ice water is really good because the um, water helps reduce swelling, and along with it being cold, that even helps it even more. Um, because it does blood flow. Like a year ago, actually going on 2 years ago, I was in a car accident that really messed up my back, and this past couple of months it was really bothering me to where I could barely move. So when I went to the doctor, he told me just to drink lots of water, and because it circulates blood flow, and that's how, like, because I had knots in my back, and it was very swollen, and he told me to drink lots of water, and it helped within the first week, and I was so happy. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. When Do not use acrylic bars. Use acrylic balls, if anything, not the bars. They're so horrible. They will, on I'm being honest, if you wear them long enough, it will start to damage your tongue and your hole. And there are cases where the acrylic either bonds with your tongue because it is porous and everything, or where it eats away at your tongue. And that's obviously no bueno. Um, you're going to want to mouthwash a lot. Just listen to your piercer. And you could even ask them, like, hey, when I have heard that if you stick out your tongue within the first 2 weeks, that it increases swelling because you're pulling on a muscle and it's straining it. They will agree because them being a piercer, they have to know about how the body works, what muscles, what veins, what nerves, what to hit. They have to be very knowledgeable on that. And if you bring that up to them and they start thinking about it, if they don't already know it, they'll be like, oh, okay. And you might, for all you know, you could save someone else because they tell them when they get their tongue pierced. But people say, like, don't play with it. Okay, it's impossible not to play with something in your mouth. Okay, you're like, I'm gonna chew on it. I know I will. Like, I'll be in history probably just because, the history teachers are the freaking boringest people in the world. I only had one entertaining history teacher, but she was kind of crazy. So, yeah. Also, there are different age requirements on getting your tongue pierced. I live in Arizona, and the age requirement, the legal age to get your tongue pierced is 14, but you have to have parents' consent or a waiver from your parents. Other states are different, so you might want to look that up. But you are going to have parents' consent, and they will have to sign off for you. Like, I'm lucky I'm turning 15, so I'm in that age group. And my parents I'm surprised that my mom had always told me that if I wanted my tongue pierced, I had to be 18. And then I asked her, and she's like, okay. I was like, what? Well, I know this video is getting kind of long, so I'll wrap it up. But if you're trying to convince your parents, just be reasonable and know what they're going to say and come up with something that will kind of take back anything they were thinking. In its own way, use reverse psychology. And if you're printing out papers to like show them like what I did, don't be afraid to print out things that could go bad or the bad things about it, because that shows, okay, well, they know this, and they know that this could happen, and they know this is a risk, and that this is a side effect of having it. They know that you know this, and they know now that they know that you're not shy, or not so much shy, not so they know that you're mature enough to show them the bad that comes along with it, so they'll respect you a lot more and you'll get a lot more out of it. See, don't stick out your tongue. First 2 weeks, it's not that hard. You don't have to stick your tongue out at your little cousin or your friend because they pissed you off. Okay, you don't have to be like, oh, I'm mad at you. Okay. Are you too? No. Okay. Let's get over that. Just, that's all you have to do. As simple as that. Stay away from dairy, noodles. I can't remember the other one I said. Drink lots of water, chew on lots of ice, and just stay with ibuprofen. If you want Tylenol, but I prefer ibuprofen, just myself. Stick with metal bars, and then eventually move to acrylic balls, but stay with metal bars. I can't even talk. I'm so out of it, but I can't sleep. So, if you have any more questions, go ahead and leave a comment and ask me, and I will answer them either with another comment or I'll make another video if I feel like it's something that I could work with and make a video so all you guys know. Trying to think if there's anything else. Leave a comment or you can also you can leave a comment for any other video ideas you have. If you want to know about stretching your ears more than any more information than I did in my last videos about stretching your ears, Stretching 101 I believe it was called. Leave a comment. If you want to know about my my retired industrial bar, and you want to see if you want me to make a video on that, let me know. If you want any information on any other type of piercing, I'm more than willing to do the research if I haven't already, because I'm very interested in piercing, as I know about almost everything you can know about it in piercing. If you have any questions, just leave a comment, and if I feel it's necessary, I will make a video on it, or if you request it, I will make a video. So, I'll make a video of me getting my tongue pierced, and I just ordered some tongue rings, so I'll do a review on those. I ordered them from bm25.com, and I'll do a review on the plugs I got, the plugs and tunnels that I got, and I believe I got a taper and something else. I don't know. I can't remember what I ordered. So it's coming in this week, so I'll be surprised on whatever I get because I can't remember. So, yeah, those are the upcoming videos, and let me know. Like this if I helped you, and if not, go ahead and dislike it so I know. And if you feel like I really said something that you don't agree with, leave a comment, and I'm more than willing to take anything you have into consideration, and I might agree with you, or I might um, explain to you why I feel this way or why this might work. But like and subscribe, and I hope you guys have a great day or night or whenever you guys are watching this. So I hope I helped you. Bye.